Hi everyone, this is U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe, and I'm here live to hop on just to remind you to take some of your questions as long as I'm here, and also to remind you that I am going to be here live at 9 p.m. to take your questions, your detailed immigration questions. So let me formally introduce myself. I'm U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe. I help clients to get their green card and status in the United States. I'm also here every day, sometimes multiple times of the day. For example, now, because I will be back at 9 p.m. tonight to take your immigration related questions. However, if you've caught me now and you want to hurry and ask me a question, you are free to do that as long as I am here. I'm going to be here briefly. I just wanted to remind you though that I'm here their status in the United States and get permanent residence and a work permit in some cases. And so it's such an important topic for people to know about, especially if you are living in the United States but you don't have your papers. So I want to give you valuable information to help you. I'm also going to be talking about, so I'm going to give you an overview tonight, but the main reason I'll be here is to answer your immigration questions. Let me remind you that you can go ahead and ask me your questions now that I'm here, even though I'll be here for a short period of time. But I wanted to come on, remind you about 9 p.m. live, and also to tell you what I'll be talking about. So I'm going to be giving you an overview of the waiver process. That's one way to be able to get permanent residence, even though you may be in the United States without your papers. Also, adjustment of status, who can do it even if they are without their papers right now, and alternatives. So there are alternatives and there are exceptions to the rules. And so I'm going to be talking about certain exceptions that still allow you to go on to get permanent residence in the United States. So for example, if you are a victim of a crime, if you're a victim of trafficking, I'll talk about those and what it would take in your past to qualify as a victim of a crime and victim of trafficking, as well as if you have relatives that could possibly qualify to apply for you, but they haven't because they're mistreating you. Can a person in the U.S. for 4 years do asylum? So Avi, I remember you asked this question previously, and it's possible. However, it really depends on your particular circumstances. It's going to depend on if you experience a change circumstances, or if you had exceptional circumstances that prevented you from applying within that 1 year deadline. So it's really going to depend. So in the consultation, when I talk to you, I'm going to first determine whether you qualify, because of course, to qualify, you have to show that you have a credible fear, meaning a believable fear, a reasonable fear of persecution in your country. So what persecution means is that you're threatened, you're in fear of threats, you've been threatened, you are in fear of some sort of harm to you based on your identity being a part of a particular social group. And a social group could be based on your gender, your ethnicity, your culture, your sexual orientation, your religion. Those are examples. It's not set in stone, so it's very important. And then the other is whether you can meet that 1 year deadline, and if you can't, do you have a good reason why you didn't that would still qualify you for asylum. So if you'd like to call and schedule a consultation, you can do that. My phone number, there is someone who is available right now taking appointments. So Avi 876, I urge you to go ahead and do that. It's valuable. You walk out knowing what you qualify for, how to approach your situation, whether you have additional options. Hi, how long does it take to get your appointment after your work permit and social security? So right now, individuals are getting their work permit and social security. Avi, you're welcome, at different times, right? And so it's so erratic right now because you're looking at an average of 6 to 8 months. However, I've seen nightmarish situations where they're taking as long as 9 months and even 12 months. However, the average time is 6 to 8 months. Now, I can't tell you how long after you'll have your interview because it really depends on the service center, what's going on with them right now. One way that you can check the range of time that they're taking for the entire process is to go to uscis.gov and go to case processing times. And you can click on that and look at the service center that's currently processing your case to see how long. And congrats on getting your work permit and Social Security, Amanda, because a lot of people are still waiting. So congrats on that. And at least it will give you some comfort and some assurance while you wait on the final interview. Even though the final interview is usually the goal, at least you'll be able to work and show a form of identification in the US. You're welcome, Amanda. So keep putting those questions as long as I'm here. I'm just here to tell you today that I'll be back tomorrow at 9, and I'm here every night at 9 p.m. And if you can't catch me at 9 because you may be doing something, you can always plan for another day, or you can also head over to Instagram. I'm there at 9:30 p.m. and you can head over to Instagram and follow me and tune in at 9:30 there as well. And if we're here talking and you want to hop over there to continue the conversation, you can do that. You can go to the link in my bio if you'd like to access the website about the firm, about me, and contact the firm. There is a scheduling coordinator who's available between noon and 5 p.m. today, and scheduling coordinators Monday to Friday between 9:30 a.m. and 11 p.m. So plenty of time to call and schedule your consultation. How long does it take to get a VAWA approval, and is it a conditional, or can you get citizenship afterwards? So great question. Right now for the VAWA, so the petition approval, that's just to have VAWA. It's not permanent residence. It's just to basically have permission to stay here and get a work permit. That right now is taking over a year to get an approval. However, the entire process from the beginning, and now with VAWA, you can't automatically get U.S. citizenship. However, if you have VAWA, you would qualify to apply for adjustment of status right after your approval, and that could get you permanent residence. Now, at that point, you apply for adjustment of status. From the point that you apply for VAWA, and then if you immediately apply for adjustment of status, right now you're looking at about 2 to 2.5 years, but it could also depend on what category you fall in, as in who are you applying through? Are you applying based on mistreatment by a spouse or a parent, and your age? Hi there, Queen Josette. It's always nice to see you, and thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate you saying hi. So go ahead and put your questions in while I'm here. Why not take advantage of me being here? Because I do still squeeze in those answers to questions as long as you have them. But I want to remind you that if I come off here today, because I'm only here briefly, I will be back tonight at 9 p.m. live to take your questions. And that is the best way to get information. I know my videos can be short and it doesn't explain everything. And so it is so important to join me on the live if you want more information. Because if you are here without papers, especially if you already have a U.S. citizen or legal permanent resident spouse or parent, there may be ways to still go ahead and get permanent residence, even if you're out of status. Now, even if you don't have tonight, I'm also going to be talking about situations where if you don't have a U.S. citizen or legal permanent resident spouse or parent, how you can still, there are ways to still go ahead and apply for status and possibly a path to permanent residence. Also with that VAWA question, I just want to say that you would get permanent residence, and then yes, you could eventually apply for citizenship. So it is a path to citizenship. When you file an how long will it take? So an I-212 can take as little as 6 months, and I've seen as long as 12 months or a year and a half. So it can still take a while to be processed. Hi there, Sexy Annie. Thanks so much, and happy Sunday to you too. And also be safe. Thanks for that. All right, so I am going to head out, but this is not your last opportunity to ask questions. I'm actually here to tell you that I'll be here at 9 o'clock, and I'm usually here until 9:30. And then even after that, I jump over to Instagram from 9:30 to at least 10. Sometimes it goes over. So you have more than an hour to be able to ask questions about any immigration related topic that you have. I'm also going to bring some important topics, especially if you're already living here. This is for everybody, even if you're currently outside of the United States. But I especially want to talk about cases where you're already here and you're trying to figure out a way to get your residence and your work permit here in the United States while staying here. And even if you can't stay here, how are the best ways to go about fixing your situation and still going on to getting permanent residence? Oh, thank you so much. Queen just said, I appreciate that. Also, I appreciate that. So Queen just said, go ahead, people, and make your appointment for consultation. She gives good advice on immigration topics. Exactly. And where the consultation is very important, especially if you haven't started your process yet, is to make sure that you're on the right path, that you indeed do qualify for what you're thinking about, that sometimes there are better options, and sometimes you avoid mistakes if you're thinking about applying and that would not be the right move. So it is worth it. So in the meantime, if you'd like to just go ahead and schedule a consultation, you can do that. And you can also hop on and sit down with me on live at 9 p.m. on here and 9:30 on Instagram. Go to the link in my bio. You will see the website where you can call and schedule a consult, or you'll see that Instagram button where you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, and we can start talking here on TikTok and end it on Instagram. Thanks so much, everyone. VBaby061, thanks so much for sharing the live. I'll be back at 9 p.m. and I'm looking forward to seeing you. Bye, guys.